impressive if Steph or LeBron make a deep playoff run?
To me, it would be Steph.
Really?
It would be Steph because look at their team right now. No matter how much they've improved, they're not considered to be better than the Lakers. Steph is not the combination of LeBron and Luka. You like the Lakers playing as a top defensive team over the last 6.5 weeks. You see the size. Yes, they don't have a big man per se. You know, Jackson Hayes is your center, and we get that part. But Dorian Finney-Smith is a legit 6'7". Jared Vanderbilt is a legit 6'8". LeBron is a legit 6'8", 6'9". Luka's a legit 6'7", stuff like that. And so you see size around them, athletes, quickness, et cetera, et cetera. The Los Angeles Lakers, we're looking at them, and there is an expectation that they have a chance to come out of the West. Even with Jimmy Butler, you're still looking at Golden State, and you're saying that's an uphill climb. The babyface assassin is the greatest shooter God ever created. Jimmy Butler, we know what he could do come playoff time. We get that part. But the collection of parts surrounding Steph Curry is not the same as what's surrounding LeBron James right now. And so I think that if Steph ended up making a deep playoff run, it would be even more impressive than if LeBron made a deep playoff run.
Windy, to that you say what?
Yeah, I actually agree with them. And so I'm just going to say it's remarkable we can even have this conversation right now because at the trade deadline, when the Warriors made that Jimmy Butler trade, they were in 11th place, okay? And they are now tied for 6th. Now, the standings are preposterously bunched. You got 3 teams tied in the loss column at 6, 7, and 8, and then the teams at 9 and 10 are 1 loss behind them. So, you know, they're coming out to the East right now. They lost in Philly the other night. They're in the Garden tomorrow night. They could have a bad couple of days and be in 10th. But the fact that we can even discuss them trying to get into 6th place, which is what their stated goal is. What Steve Kerr has come out and said is, if we can get into 6th place, if we can win this 5-team race here and get into 6th place, that is going to be great for us. I mean, that's an admission. They're just trying to figure out a way to get a competitive first-round series without having to go in the play-in. The Lakers, by the way, have also had a remarkable come-up. When they made the trade for Luka Doncic, they were in 7th. They woke up this morning in 2nd. But I agree with Stephen A. I think the climb for the Warriors is going to be higher. And so if you're going to say a deep run is winning multiple rounds, the Warriors are going to have to do it without probably any home court advantage. The Lakers are 23-7 at home. They're the 2nd or 3rd best home team in the whole league. So I think the answer here is Steph.
Shannon?
No, you're wrong again. Both of you are wrong. Because, hold on, if I'm not mistaken, I heard a lot of you guys that say LeBron James came to L.A. to retire. He came to be a movie star. So how would he even be in this position at 40 years of age when he was coming to rest on his laurels? No, don't do that now. Don't do that now because we got
Shannon's
Luka.
right.
And
No,
I'm not going to let Wendy,
right.
and I'm not going to let Stephen A. do this because they've been crapping on the Lakers
Nobody ever
all
said
year.
that. You're crazy.
And now, whoa, Wendy, I'll let you talk freely. I didn't interrupt. I sat back here like, Wendy got making some good points.
All right, sorry.
I'm finna shoot holes in all of them.
Sorry.
You and Stephen A. been crapping on my Lakers. I remember we had you on this fall, Wendy. You didn't mention nothing about no Lakers. They're not going nowhere.
Yeah, then they traded for Luka Doncic.
Whoa. They traded for Jimmy Butler because now everybody talking about they can make a deep run. No, LeBron James at 40. You say they went from 7th to 2nd, and one team went from 11th to what place are they in? And you know we own them. With that being said, I told you a couple of weeks, last week or maybe a week or two ago, Wendy, what the Lakers was going to do, and you ain't want to hear nothing I had to say. You weren't listening to me. Stephen A., your day number. I will make sure I'm with you in L.A. when we, like your nephew say, us, when we out in L.A. talk about the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. I love this show. That goat. That goat. Look at goat. Right there.
They were 7th when they had LeBron. They're 2nd. Now they have Luka. It's not the same.
Whoa, don't do that. Don't do that, Wendy. Because you saw what Goat James did to the Clippers.
Yeah. Ocho, just before you go, I just want you to know something.
Yes, sir.
See, we keep receipts on this show. Shea act like he the only one to keep receipts. When Wendy and I were talking about the Lakers earlier this season, Shea really conveniently forgets he didn't think they were going anywhere either. But we got that on tape too, so let him keep talking. Go ahead, Ocho.
Listen, the deeper run, obviously,
Yeah.
it'd be more impressive if it was LeBron. I agree with your take, on Steph, but what LeBron has been able to do for 22 years and be consistent over the years is almost unheard of, especially at 40 years old. Listen, how the last 27 games since turning 40, James is averaging 26, 8, and 8. We've never seen a player in year 22 of their career average over 10, let alone 25 points like LeBron is doing right now.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
We haven't.
I mean,
we
so
haven't.
what?
And we're not
I
going.
mean,
Matter of fact, can I tell you something? Can I
Go
say something real quick? Matter of fact, what we're seeing LeBron do right now at 40, we're probably not going to see it ever again. Honestly.
Okay.
And I never agree with Uncle.
Well,
I never do.
He's the greatest 40-year-old ever, without question. The GOAT of 40s.
He's the greatest basketball player, regardless of age.
That's a dig.
Stop saying 40.
Yeah.
You brought up 40.
Yeah, he's
You
trying
the
to
one
put
that
a
keep bringing
caveat.
up 40.
He's the greatest
keep saying
40-year-old.
He's
Bringing
the
up 40.
greatest 40-year-old.
Wait, you said he's the greatest basketball player of all time.
I said he's the greatest 40.
No, you said
Greatest 40. I said greatest
Oh, okay,
40-plus
okay.
player. Greatest 40-plus
Stephen
player of
A.,
all time.
stop saying
Without
that.
question. It's the truth. It's the truth, okay? That's just the way it goes.
And
But I'm
Shannon's
just-
right, by the way. People did say when LeBron went to the Lakers, oh, he's going there for his business interests and for the movies.
Well, we
and
didn't say he wasn't going to play basketball.
I know,
We just said he had other interests.
but-
We didn't say he was going to play basketball.
You tried to act like Shannon was wrong. Those
He was.
words were definitely
because Shannon's
spoken out
twisting
of
it.
people's
I'm
ears.
telling you right now, Shannon, I don't even know what to
And
call him.
mouth.
Barbara Walters, Diane Sawyer, who the hell else he's going to come up with? This dude be coming up with some stuff, man. Shannon be creating some narratives. And I'm saying to you, yes, we talked about his other interests, but we didn't act like he wasn't coming here to win a chip. You can't become a Laker and be a great player and not prioritize winning a chip in purple and gold.
SA, they lost 11 of their last 14. Should Devin Booker want out of Phoenix?
I think so. He's there. We've got to look at the Phoenix Suns situation. I mean, they went all in to get Kevin Durant, what have you. It's kind of inexplicable. When you think about Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, they're the only tandem in the league, averaging 26 a game. And somehow, some way, they can't win. They've lost 11 of their last 14. They're 5 games under 500. If the playoffs were to begin today, if the play-in was to begin today, they wouldn't even be in that. That is just pathetic. It is bad. And so you look at Mike Budenholzer, he's a champion as a coach. He can't pull the right buttons. You look at Beal, Durant, Booker, they can't get it together. Even when they're on the court, they got blown out. They got swept by Minnesota last year in the first round. They've lost all 3 meetings to Minnesota this season, okay? So Minnesota's dominating them with and without Karl Anthony Towns. You're just looking at them right now. There's no excuse for this whatsoever. And if I'm Devin Booker, here's what you're going to have to do if you're the Phoenix Suns. You have to move Kevin Durant or Devin Booker. If you don't move Devin Booker, you move Kevin Durant, you're going to get assets. But those assets that you're going to get is basically a reclamation project. If you're Booker, you don't want to stick around for that. So, therefore, you might want to leave because he's only about 28 years of age. So, you've been in the league for about 10 years.
Yeah.
You're just looking at them right now. You're just saying, this is an absolute positive mess. There's no way around it. And as far as I'm concerned, if I was him, I'd want out.
Ocho?
Listen, he has to want out. Obviously, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You got Beal. You bring in Kevin Durant. At that point, you think you three are going to be able to get it done. It's been abysmal so far. The experiment hasn't worked at all. But where do you go if you're Devin Booker? Obviously, Kevin Durant, they tried to trade him before the trade deadline. I'm not sure why he didn't make that happen.
He nixed it.
Yeah.
He didn't want it. He didn't want it. They were talking to go
why,
to state.
Why would you even still want to stay knowing that you're not going anywhere? You're below 500. You know how many games? You're probably not going to make the playoffs. Why not go and have a fresh start and get things going halfway mid through the season and pick up where you left off? Yes, Devin Booker's going to want out because it's an experiment process now.
Yeah.
You got to start all over. So why stick around for that? Then you have another situation similar to that of in Portland with Brother Dame.
Yeah.
Staying around too long.
KG almost did it too.
Well, it also happened when, another guy that stayed around too long, Stephen A., that said he wished he had probably left sooner with Kevin Garnett. You remember Kevin Garnett was loyal to the soil. He didn't want to leave Minnesota until it was damn near too late, but he found a home in Boston, won a championship, went to another. He also was Defensive Player of the Year. The Phoenix Suns gave up an awful lot to get Kevin Durant. And the last 2 stops, it hadn't worked out well for Kevin Durant. It didn't work out well in Brooklyn, that situation, and it hasn't worked out well in Phoenix. And they gave up a lot to get Kevin Durant. They had a young nucleus that they blew up in order to make this trade happen, Stephen A. Now, granted, you get some picks. Think about what you gave up. You gave up players and what, 4 first-round picks?
Yeah.
Unprotected picks. Unprotected. So even now, you trade him to something. Stephen A., I heard you mention that possibly trading him to OKC, who have like 55 picks, unprotected picks.
Exactly.
The question is, does he want to go back to OKC? Where does Kevin Durant, because Kevin Durant normally has a great reputation with the organization, and they normally try to do him a solid. You saw what they did in Brooklyn. They moved him to Phoenix. That's where he wanted to go. So they'll probably work with him, Stephen A., and try to get him someplace that he feels comfortable with and he thinks they can contend. But teams keep giving. Now, Brooklyn didn't have to give up anything because he was a free agent. But if you look at what Phoenix gave up to get him, they gave up young players and draft picks. I don't know why it didn't work, Stephen A. Maybe you know why it didn't work. I think you got too many of the same type of a guys, and nobody's really playing defense at all.
I have an idea.
But this has been an epic
But
failure.
I say, could we push it forward? Who should go all in on KD?
I think the Oklahoma City Thunder.
OKC.
I think OKC. And the reason why is because, listen, Phoenix, in getting Kevin Durant, gave up Mikal Bridges, who's now in the Knicks, with Brooklyn at the time, Jay Crowder, Cam Johnson, and 4 unprotected first-round picks. You got to get some of those picks back. Who has them? OKC. They got a whole bunch of assets. Do you understand that OKC has assets they can't even use? They got so many damn picks they can't use them. I mean, think about that. This is what OKC has. Have all of their own. Plus, the Clippers unprotected pick in 2026, protected picks in 2025, 2026, 2027, 2029. They can swap picks in 25 and 27. I mean, they have everything. If you are the Oklahoma City Thunder and you're Sam Presti, and I keep bringing this up, and I'm not going to let it go. I know they want me to, but I'm not letting it go. This man is an exceptional executive. One could argue, did he pick the right coach, though? Scott Brooks back in the day, Billy Donovan back in the day, Dagnall now. But I'm going to remind Shannon and Ocho of this. These are the players that Sam Presti has had since being the executive for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, Reggie Jackson, together. You ultimately got Paul George, Carmelo Anthony, Victor Oladipo, Now you got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and not one single championship to show for it.
Yeah.
And he's been there 17 years. We know he's an exceptional executive. My point is, you got to close at some point. All of this raving about you because you're able to accumulate
they could
pieces.
this year.
And they could. My point is, he wants to go, why bring Kevin Durant back with his habits and how he likes to do things and bring him back into the mix if you win. Yeah. But if you don't win again, just like you didn't win last year, at some point in time, bring the man back because Kevin Durant is still a superstar in this league. Brother's still good for 27 a night.
And no one would fault him if he went back there.
Nobody.
It's different than the Warriors situation.
You go back, but
Ocho,
go with that young player.
Yeah, I'm listening to what you're saying. Even if they do win, even if they do go make a deep run into the playoffs, why not bring him back anyway? Because it makes you, as a team, it makes you that much better.
Right.
Because he still is averaging 27. Yeah. Regardless of what issues you may have with the organization, I don't know what goes on internally. Right. But you bring back a player like that. Yeah. One of the best scorers of all time.
Of all time.
It would be a full circle moment.
I'm on fire.